Yeah, I say fuck them. All right, so boom. Let me see. We in the building. Only basically, judge and magistrates is frauds. They stole my child by ignoring a motion. I'm gonna show you the motion. They ignored the motion right here. It's the appeal right here. Notice of appeal right here, February 14th. Read them and weep, right? Look, no, let me show you. So notice of appeal right here, right? I did it February 14th. I put that in there. All right. Put that in there February 14th. So basically what happens is, let me see. When we go back out, in fact, let me just go this way. Right here, we see Melissa Powers, January 15th, right? This is what she put the judgment in for. This is what she put the judgment in for my custody case. All right. So that was right there, January 15th. Now we see, if we just go back real quick, February 14th, I put in a notice of appeal. Let's go back. January 15th. What does it say? Notice of appeal within 30 days. So on the 30th day, on February 14th, you know what I'm saying? I put in the notice of appeal. All right, put it in on time. Now imagine if I put in an appeal for the 1st, but I put it in on the 11th and it was okay, then of course, from the January 15th, as we can see here, if we zoom on in, we can see real clearly January 15th, right under the signature. But then we move here real quick. February 14th, I put the notice of appeal in. Why are these people ignoring my appeal? Why? They have stolen my child by ignoring my appeal. But it comes with the territory. And let me try to put by ignoring my appeal. Let me try to put this up into the group. Okay, got it called ignoring my appeal. Just put it in fighting for fatherhood. And I'm going to continue. Basically, what's going on here is, let me get back here. We see the deceit there, but let's continue though. So right here on January the 19th, this is when I came in. See, January the 19th is when the magistrate, they're stealing. And this is one thing that we have to expose them on to the Child Support Enforcement Agency, because what they're doing with that contract is they're stealing their money by stating that they're having hearings, but not inviting the plaintiff or the defendant, but just being there by themselves and collecting money as though they were in front of them, because that's what the contract says. In fact, let's go back to the contract. I know I got it in here. Let's go to the contract. Fuck it. Here you go. Right here. Let's go to the contract. Okay, the unit rate is $55.89 per entry. Okay. So wait, maybe I'm wrong. Let me admit this. It says $55.89 per entry. So maybe they just making entries. Okay, so the child support is just whatever entry you put in, and that may be the case. Okay, yeah, the unit rate of the contract is $55.89 per unit of service as determined by, unit of service. So would they consider when them sneaking around and doing different hearings and nothing taking place in that hearing at all, and then they don't invite anybody? Okay, but let's continue though, man. Let's go back. I'll be always getting sidetracked and shit. Okay, let's get support custody evidence. Okay, we back. Okay, we see this. All right, the stuff right here, real quick. I just gotta say this. This is the fraud. This is what they said I signed. This is the contract they said I signed. Now look how they forged my signature and put a date here. This contract they put out on the 11th, right here. They didn't explain nothing in this at all. But what they saying is, I signed it on the 8th of the 19th. I don't remember. I ain't signed that shit. They are lying. I probably, to be truth be told, I probably signed something in there like some food stamps or something, probably on the 8th. And her motherfucking ass put me down. But then, you know what I mean? But she copied this out of her copier for the 10th. So right here, this is fraudulent right here, man. I don't appreciate them forging my name on shit. They want to say that I did this, but like, look at this. This is not a contract. This is garbage. Let's continue. November 1st, I came up there. They had to give me this because I said, you got to give me something because I seen on the roster that he was having a hearing and actually it was a notification. Look at it say, Nathan Israel, right? Look at this. This is how you know they're stealing. This magistrate is stealing from the court. This is how you know he's stealing. All right. Timothy J. Deerdorf is stealing from Child Support Enforcement Agency, the same contract I just said, because he said, Nathan Israel, you are hereby notified at the hearing you have a hearing, November 1st, right? 2019. Now, notice listen, this is a lie right here. They kicked me out the court. They didn't give me nothing that day. They didn't get nothing for weeks, but he said, witnessed by hand in civil court of this date of. So they lied on this contract, as we can see, talking about they gave me this. No, they kicked me out the court. They didn't give me any notified of hearing or anything. But this hearing right here that he did on the day of, you see how he did this at 12 o'clock on the same day? He put another hearing a month later. Man, let's continue, man. These niggas, greedy motherfuckers right here. Look, this is what they put in after. See, after I already put an appeal to the appellate court, let me see. Yeah, but after I put the appeal to the appellate court, they still went ahead and did this. Even though I put an appeal, they went ahead and put all this slander into the thing. But let's continue. He did on the 13th. Right here, this is just proving if they came up with a decision in my case on January the 15th or the 13th, why did it take till January the 24th to send it to me? This right here, this app records every piece of mail that comes through, including these, every time they come through. And you can see when they sent them, but he supposedly, but the fact is they're lying. Because when I showed up to court on January the 21st, and I got evidence to proving that, I think I just already showed you evidence. When I showed up on the 21st, he said I cannot come into the court because they have not come up with a ruling on your case. Now, of course, they're going to be slimy and deny that, but I have the evidence proving that I was there, and I have the evidence proving, and it's evident because if I was there, he would say refuse to sign or have something to say on the docket. Let's continue though. Right here, they took a whole 9 days after the 15th was when they supposedly signed it, which is a lie. They signed to after June 21st. These motherfuckers. Here go the notice of appeal. I appealed on the 14th. You already seen that. But we see right here, January 21st. You're hereby notified to come to the courthouse on January the 21st. I showed up. They didn't let me into the court. He was having one of them meetings where he wouldn't let nobody in the court. But they want to notify me. Look, notified at the hearing of, they want me to have me come in there, but you will not see anything on the docket of anybody signing off on it. In fact, he didn't send anybody this. I had to go into the clerk's office to get this. So he's doing hearings when he knows, and this right here is no excuse. He did this on the 1st. If you see on the bottom, and let me zoom in real quick. You see on the bottom right here, 1/9/20. So he did this on the 9th of January for the magistrate, Timothy Deerdorf, to have a hearing. But the funny thing about that is, how can you have a hearing and it was nothing that took on the 9th? It definitely was not no ruling in the case. So why would he say he wanted a hearing on the 21st if on the 9th he didn't even know? They didn't even come out with it. They supposedly lied and said they came out with it on the 15th, and one of them say 13th, but they didn't even come out with nothing on the 9th. Why would he already have a hearing knowing that he's going to have a hearing? This is the deceit. He already knew I was going to be denied my rights. He already knew I was going to have another hearing. So he just said, you know what? And this is the magistrate. One thing you have to understand is this magistrate didn't even wait till the judge came up with a conclusion. He just said, listen, I'm already going to say he's going to have a hearing. I already know he's going to lose and come back to me. The only way you're going to come back to that magistrate is if you lose for that judge, for that hearing. Then you go back to that magistrate. So he already knew it before they even made a judgment, as you can see on the 9th. These motherfuckers are deceitful, to say the least. You know what I mean? But let me do some maintenance on this motherfucker real quick, make sure everything's good. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. All right, so just to continue, we see the deceit right there. All right, yeah, we see right here. He came up with a hearing, but one thing y'all didn't notice of the deceitful shit she did, this right here is custody. You see right here, he's talking about my son. Matter continued for issuing. My father Nathan was not granted interim parenting time. This is all talking about custody. But look on the top. Look on the top. Child support. Why do they got child support enforcement agency right there? They're sending me a message. The message is, motherfucker, yes, we are child support and we control your child. We have taken your child for ransom. Now give us child support. That's what he said. That's right here. That's what's being said right here. Signed by Mrs. Powers. And it said 30 days from the 15th. And you know, I did it 30 days. I did it before that. Right here. This is me coming in on December the 19th. On the 6th, I'm supposed to see Melissa Powers. Nah, this is when I was supposed to see him initially, the first time, January 6th. But they pushed it all the way back to damn near the 15th of March. They pushed it all the way back from our original court date or trial date, which was October the 1st. October the 1st to March the 15th for them to really come up with anything. And of course, when they came up with something, they put on the top the Child Support Enforcement Agency. They couldn't even erase it. They said, fuck me. I already know. It's cool. Y'all stole my child. I mean, it's to be expected in captivity. So, you know, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so this is child support. Wait, yeah. Continuing. Now look, on the 5th, look how evil this is. Notice how fucked up these people are. On the 5th was the day I was supposed to see the judge, right? And they were supposed to come up with a ruling whether or not I'll be able to dismiss child support, right? Let's zoom in. But on the 5th, this magistrate already knew. And when he do this, do we give a time? 14, that's 2. He did it around 2 o'clock. This magistrate already said that you're going to be seeing me May the 14th, 2020. And I appealed that. So supposedly my case is going to the appellate court. But right here, he already came out with something before he even seen what the judge had to say. He didn't know what the judge had to say, but he already knew I'm going to stay on child support. And it's the same thing. It's a racket. You see the same thing happen in custody court. I just showed you how the custody lawyer already knew I was going to lose. So he put in the information before he even knew what happened. This is how deceitful and fucked up these people are. Real talk. So let's see. But yeah, this is a summons or whatever the case is. Let's continue. Oh yeah, this is putting that slander thing on me. Okay. This is me coming in. Now look at this. Look at this. Right here it said, this is what they gave me. Chief Deputy Kirk, they gave it to me on the day I came in, January 21st. Even though he would not let me in the court. This is what this low life put on here on the 24th. He did not let me in the court at all. And like I said, I want the audio visual because I'm never disrespectful. I know I say certain things, low life, all this stuff, but I'm never disrespectful to people anywhere. But I'm just calling it like it is in this particular situation. So, Mr. Deardor, as you can see, on the 21st of January, he said, matter taken under advisement continues from the issues of a written decision to 21st, 2020. Okay. This decision is in progress. Father's motion to set aside court of 10-1-19 was denied by powers on the 15th. So right here it says the decision is now reset for completion. So, and you see what they did. So we can see right here, he signed this on the 21st. He told me on the 21st that they did not come up with a decision for his case, so I was not able to come into the court. He did not allow me to come into the court, and that's why right here you see, even though he signed it, no one else signed it because no one else was there. The plaintiff wasn't there, or I was not there. Let's continue. So I want to put something up real quick. This right here, I was denied this evidence as well as the audio visual evidence. Okay, this Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Services, Madison County. I did service a request. You see right here, magistrate, put a subpoena, certified subpoena to Greater Cincinnati Behavioral Services, and they never gave it to me. Notice how I already had the documentation This is a documentation right here. So I already had it before. They're just denying me evidence. So we see right here, this is what it was. This is what it is. I'm gonna be up off this boy.